An urgent message from President Trump demanding Nigeria stop the brutal murders of thousands of Christians in the country or face possible action from the Pentagon. He posted in part, quote, "The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country guns a-blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities." Paul Adamu is a Nigerian Christian who was kidnapped by Boko Haram 2 years ago. He joins us now. It's so wonderful to have you on the show. Please tell us what happened to you.
It was such a disheartening situation. 2 years ago, I was kidnapped by the dreaded Boko Haram along my way to the airport while I was traveling to Cameroon to meet some of my colleagues, and then I got kidnapped along the line, along the road.
Something is happening in Nigeria, and even Donald Trump has warned that if it doesn't come to an end, he will resort to military action. Nigeria has a large mix of religions and many ethnic groups, like every other country, especially in Africa. According to the Catholic News Agency and many others that I've come across, there have been reports of repeated attacks on Christian communities and churches, villages, etc., especially the so-called Middle Belt, part of the north and central Nigeria. This is basically where these attacks are more prevalent. Genocide Watch claims about 62,000 Christians were murdered since the year 2000 in Nigeria. Other credible data suggests that while many are killed, the explicit religious identity motive is less clear. The Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project found between January 2020 and September 2025, of all 11,862 attacks, only 385 were explicitly targeted events against Christians, resulting in 317 deaths. According to commentary by Al Jazeera and others, the violence is very complex. It involves Islamic insurgencies. Well, based on the news that I've come across in my life, there's always been reports and situations where Islamic insurgencies, I'm not inciting or trying to imply anything, but it almost seems as if they've always been against Christians, based on my own observation. Trump has placed Nigeria on a US watch list. He has publicly threatened to cut off US aid to Nigeria if the government doesn't stop the killing, quote, the killing of Christians. He has ordered the US military via the Pentagon to prepare for possible intervention in Nigeria.
Could be. I mean, a lot of things I envisage, a lot of things. They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
Why is he doing this though? Trump has a strong base among evangelical Christians in the US, allegedly, or apparently, who are concerned by the persecution of Christians overseas. Addressing what many perceive as religious persecution can be a foreign policy signal of US values. By threatening aid cuts and military planning, Trump is signaling that the US policy may shift towards stronger action if Nigeria doesn't cooperate. Now, a lot is happening. I have come across these shocking stories the past few months. It's very sad, especially for killings to be happening, especially like to be persecuted because you believe in Jesus is a scary world to live in. This may not matter to most South Africans, close-minded South Africans rather, because that's just the way it is. And I was going to raise an issue or the question as to if South Africans should even care or if this could possibly happen in South Africa. The truth of the matter is, bro, based by the amount of people that are touched by the gender-based violence I made in the sort of wake-up call, in South Africa, bro, I doubt it will even take that much for it to actually happen. If people are killing women just for killing women, then imagine how easier it's going to be to walk into a church and start shooting Christians. You know what I mean? We literally hear of church robberies all the time. But here's the question, bro. Is this a warning sign of Christian genocide in Africa? Well, comment down below. I want to hear what y'all think. Type.